Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Learning Path. This is Dr. B. Meena, Associate Professor, Head Department of Commerce and Vice Principal Shift 1 from Petition College of Arts and Science, Adayar, Chennai. In this video, you are going to learn what is mean by labor turnover and what are the causes of labor turnover. And each and every company they need to calculate the labor turnover for a particular period, whether the labor turnover is at a high level or at a low level or it is maintained at an optimum level. Click the I button to have more understanding about the other concepts in cost accounting. Please look at the playlist of my channel like process costing, contract costing, marginal costing, cost sheet, other things and all. Let me check what is mean by labor turnover. It means change in labor force, that is percentage change in the labor force during a specific period. High labor turnover indicates that labor is not stabilized and there are frequent changes by way of workers leaving the organization. Very low labor turnover indicates inefficient workers are being retained in the organization. So, as a HR, you should look into the firm whether the labor turnover has maintained up to optimum level. It should not be too high or it should not be too low. So you may understand what it indicates. In case high labor turnover means that labor is not stabilized. There are many laborers moving from that particular organization due to some reasons. And even very low labor turnover must be avoided because we are not, that is inviting a new youth into our company to get more and creative ideas how to execute the things in a smart way. So as a HR or as a personal manager, I need to look into that. What about the labor turnover for my company? So what are the causes of labor turnover? The causes may be personal causes due to retirement age or dislike of the job or death of a particular person or that is any kind of that is personal causes. The personal causes can be that is permanent disability or employee getting recruited in a better job. Okay, these are all the personal causes I want to highlight, and unavoidable causes are also there. That is termination of workers because of their insubordination along with the others and the inefficiency. Because, so for this reason, they will get a termination or discharge. Discharge can be also there because their irregularity, their long absence, and retrenchment of workers also is the possibility because a shortage of work. Okay, shortage of work. There are avoidable causes also, non-availability of promotion opportunities, and then dissatisfaction about the incentives provided by the company, and then unhappy with the working atmosphere and unhappy with the remuneration. So these are all the avoidable causes. So causes can be avoidable or unavoidable or personal causes. Due to this causes, the labor turnover will be there for all companies, okay, all firms. So the labor turnover, you understood the meaning, it's a change in labor force or percentage change in the labor force, okay. So as a personnel manager, as a HR, I should look into the company where the company status about the labor turnover is at a high level or at a low level. So whether it is high or low, he should that is draw some strategies how to overcome these problems. Okay, how this labor turnover will be calculated? How this labor turnover will be calculated? There are methods to calculate the labor turnover, Under separation method, the number of employees discharged during a period will be considered. Under separation method, number of employees discharged during a period will be considered. But at the same time, it does not consider the surplus labor being discharged by the firm due to retrenchment. Retrenchment because it is happening due to, say, for example, due to the COVID time, the production will be restricted. So when the production is going to be restricted, shortage of work. So there may be a surplus labor out there, and the surplus labor will be sent out from the company. That surplus labor discharged due to this retrenchment will not be considered under the separation method. It will be considered the number of employees discharged during a period other than this reason. Okay, so what's a formula to calculate under separation method? Means number of employees left from the organization during a period. So only how many of them left. The left in the sense you can consider how many of them resigned, how many of them left, how many of them discharged from the organization during that particular period will be in the numerator. The denominator in all the formulas will be the average number of employees during the period into 100. How to calculate the average number of employees? Employees at the beginning plus employees at the end divided by 2. So we can apply that formula to get the average number of employees. In the denominator, we will substitute. And in case of separating, we are sending the employees from the company. So only concept is how many of them left from the company during that particular period will be considered under the separation method to calculate the labor turnover. Always the labor turnover will be presented in the form of percentage. That's why we multiply by 100. Then another method is available, replacement method. Under this method, we'll consider only the number of employees recruited as replacements during a period is considered, but it does not consider expansion programs. So what could be the formula to calculate the labor turnover? Number of employees replaced alone, you need to consider the numerator, and denominator as usual, average number of employees. How to calculate the average number of employees? Employees at the beginning plus employees at the end divided by 2. The whole divided by 2. Then I'll get the average number of employees. Then I'll consider in the numerator how many of them replace in those vacancies. Then multiply by 100. Then I'll come to know what is the labor turnover under replacement method. So under separation method, I'll consider how many of them discharge, but I'll not consider surplus labor discharge due to the retrenchment scheme. Okay. And then under replacement method, I'll consider only how many of them replaced in the vacancies, but I'll not consider expansion programs, how many of them recruited. Expansion program means at present I'm having one unit. Okay, I want to start another unit. For that, I'm going to recruit the employees. Okay, those employees will not be considered that because that employees are recruited for the expansion of one more unit, right? So employees recruited as replacements in those of vacancies only will be considered under the replacement. The name itself, you could have understand the meaning, replaced. Okay, so under replacement, you will consider only the employees replaced in the vacancies. The next methodology is how to calculate labor turnover under flux method. In this method, it's a combination of both. How many of them left from the organization, how many of them recruited for the organization during that particular period for that organization is called it as flux method. So under flux method, it's a combination, how many of them gone out, how many of them coming inside in the organization is considered to calculate the labor turnover under flux method. So as usual, the formula is denominator average number of employees during a period, and numerator how many of them left, how many of them recruited during a period. And applying this formula multiplied by 100, I'll get the answer labor turnover under which method? Flux method. And the recent method as The recent one is additions method. Under this method, number of employees recruited during a particular period alone is taken into consideration, including those recruited for expansion program. Okay, so number of additions during a period divided by average number of employees during a period into 100. So under additions, any expansion, okay, alone will be considered for this formula. Okay, so thanks for watching my video. See you again in next video, how to work out the problems under labor turnover. Until then, bye bye. Subscribe my channel, click the bell button. Thank you.